Welcome to another episode of The Adventures of Danny and Mike, wherein the fellas discuss getting arrested in Boston, painting my couch, and some tour updates. Now play the music, Shelley.
God damn it.
Why is that bad?
You don't get to do it.
He came from. I always used to. Yeah, exactly. I always used to think that when you did that impression, that you had to hold your ear. You know,
You have to.
Does he stick his finger in his ear?
She
come from somewhere.
Oh boy!
You guys all have... Okay, now we all have our arms.
Okay.
You guys had your beanies on, but now I'm the only one with the beanie. So
And I'm the only one with a baby.
That's true. Gentlemen, should we get this show started? What do you think?
I don't know where this podcast begins, but I know it starts now.
Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
I'm only to your right in terms of the podcast.
And to his right, Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
Hola.
And my name is Jeremy. Thank you so much for tuning in to this very here podcast. We appreciate it.
Nice beanie, Jeremy. Do we sell those to
Not
the
yet.
general public?
No, these are all VIP things. You know, you guys are VIPs in my life.
Exclusives. Yeah, he's...
So if
You know
wanna-
what's cool is that Jeremy gives me $20 to post Instagram pictures.
Oh, you're a sponsored influencer?
I'm a sponsored influencer for
wearing your-
Seltzer Kings.
But wearing your own clothes?
Well,
Seems unethical.
Well, Earthquaker stuff, Seltzer King stuff. Yeah.
Earthquaker, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
A little bit of each.
you're saying that your allegiance can be bought for a bit of black cloth, whether it be
It's
Ohio
helpful.
or Brooklyn.
It's helpful, yeah,
So,
it is helpful.
As long as there's money
It
involved.
sounds Game of Thrones.
It's coming back.
I'm never going to get that song out of my head now.
Shipping up to Boston by the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, like from The Departed, where they're always beating each other up.
I'm not a coward. I just never been tested. I like to think that if I was, I would pass.
What
That's my
song is
Dickie
that?
Betts.
That was Dropkick Murphys.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say Mighty Mighty? Did I said Mighty Mighty Murphys?
You said Mighty Mighty Boston's. It's okay.
That's a
you
great
can.
combo.
It's. I mean,
No,
that would be a fun
no. I'll
show.
get my ass kicked in
would be a fun
Fenway,
show.
but I'm never going there, so
Well-
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wait, did we just lose Fenway?
No, that's okay. I lost Fenway the day I got arrested for drinking in public.
I lost you 6 months ago.
27-year-old adult drinking beer outside of Yawkey Way.
What do you mean outside of Yawkey Way?
I was on Yawkey Way, and people were drinking, but I was across the street where I guess you're not allowed to be drinking, and I got arrested by the cops for drinking.
Is there one side of the street that's drinking?
I guess so. I was at a Fish concert. That was my first
that's
problem.
There's strike one.
Very funny.
What's
No, that was a fun. I
what was
wanted
that?
to go to Fenway. That's a good way to go to Fenway and not see the Boston Red Sox is to go to a concert.
what's Yankee Way?
Yeah,
Yawkey Way
Yawkey?
is the
It's
street
adjacent.
right
Oh, okay.
outside
It's
of
adjacent.
Fenway Park.
Okay, gotcha.
You know when somebody
never
says I'm right there.
That's where that is.
That's where they are.
Okay,
I'm right there.
good to know. It's Yawkey Way.
It's
Y'all with the Y.
apparently it's like half of Bourbon Street because
Right.
Numbnuts here managed to get himself arrested
Yeah.
on the incorrect side of the street.
And I had contraband in my pocket. And,
Oh, really?
And other alcoholic beverages in my backpack.
27-year-old man. This is not
And the
that
cop,
long ago.
And the cop looked at me and goes, "Look, I'm going to write you this ticket now, or I could look through your bag and your pockets. Do you want me to do that?" And I said, "No."
Please
I
write
said,
me
"No,
this ticket.
Please write me this ticket." He goes, "Go bring. It looks like you got a big, backpack full of beer." I'm like, "Yeah, I was just coming from my car to give a bunch of beer to my friends." And he's like, "Well, they ain't getting that beer out here."
Give it to me.
And so then I got arrested.
What?
But
What
they
do you-
didn't.
What do you mean you got arrested? What do you mean you got arrested? You cheat? No. He just gave you a ticket, and then you
Yeah,
and
but
the
it was
and then you and the cop.
officially you.
But then you and the cop were
arrested
about
for,
to drink the
I wanted
40s together. I'm sure because you got 40s for the fish
I
show,
was
right?
no. It was regular beer. The worst
What is
part. The
regular
worst
beer?
part about it wasn't 40-ounce like malt liquor.
Go ahead.
I I watched my buddy next to me got popped, and I had it. It was in a fucking Solo cup. That's the worst part about it. that I was like didn't know what to do, and I felt like started to like turn away to like kind of put the
Why didn't
solo
you
cup
just
down,
drop
and he
it?
just I know I
It's
should
like,
have
hello,
just,
son.
yeah. What happened?
I'm
I don't
Johnny-
know what that
I'm
is.
Johnny
Someone must have
Cash.
just thrown that. That's fucked up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I should have. In the moment, I wasn't thinking.
Well, in the moment, you were going to a psychedelic rock show, so
Valid.
True.
There's many things you were not thinking about.
I
Yeah.
was
Uh-huh.
there was a time when I think it was my first trip to New York City. I stayed with my buddy who was going to NYU, and we went outside to smoke a rolled cigarette. And moments later, one undercover detective.
And Five Dragons.
Well, basically, I think we squashed it and then went back inside, and he chased us inside, grabbed two of us,
He was
brought
like,
us outside.
Hey,
and
you
said,
guys smell.
you guys, what was in that? You guys smoking weed? Because if so, we got a problem.
And you said,
And I said,
absolutely
no, it was
not.
a rolly cigarette.
Yeah, hand
And we were
rolls.
acting all smart assy because it
Yeah.
was like, well, you don't have shit on us. So anyway, he went and picked it up and smelled it, and he was like, "Let us go. Don't do that again." It's like, don't smoke,
do
Don't
what?
smoke a
cigarettes
hand rolled.
again?
Don't smoke a hand rolled cigarette.
Yeah, I just remember him doing like a Law and Order style, pulling out the beaded necklace badge from underneath his shirt and being like, "Oh shit."
Ooh. At least he wasn't doing this. He's like, I got a guy here. I gotta pull over and frisk.
What's that?
I'm doing like a Mike, sort of a
You're doing a little musical?
little Michael McDonald.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're touching your ear. Of course you are. Yeah.
Because
Show me yo.
because a lot of those guys, like this is one of the things that I remember from Home Alone so clearly that I have nothing to do with. And the guy just like grabs her behind mic and he's like, "Tell them to count their kids. Tell them next time to count their kids better." And he just kind of, that's sort of like, and you see that sort of, you notice that authoritarian walkie hand mic grab all over the place when you see I don't know, I have relatives who are firefighters and cops
Right.
and crap like that.
Right. I was in the store yesterday and there was a bunch of firefighters, and I helped
And
them
you
decide.
swooned.
No, I helped them
You
decide their
swooned. I
dessert.
see you blushing already.
Wait, you
hey,
helped
they're
them
handsome.
hold on.
Oh, they're
hold
big
on. You helped
shoppers.
decide their dessert.
Would you
Well-
tell them you try to go towards something vegan?
No, they were looking at the stuff and they're like, "Well, let's get ice cream." And the one guy's like, "No, let's get raspberry sherbet."
And you said sherbet.
And I just grabbed raspberry sherbet and handed it to him.
You're like-
He said, "Thanks." Now, whether they stuck with that, I don't know. But
You didn't follow them.
You
to the
didn't look
register
back.
to
You
make
know,
sure.
it's important that you didn't look back.
Yeah.
Because
I've
That
also
makes you cooler.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've also
Not caring
I
to-
need all the help I can get. The
not caring is important.
right. I done that before where the fire people have been in there and they've just all of a sudden gotten a call and had to rush out and left.
Fire people
And not
I've
paid
never
for
seen.
their groceries.
I've
That's
never
they
seen
leave
disgusting.
fire people in New York ever.
Firefighters were in the
Fire people.
You
So
said fire people. You can
So-
let me razz them for that.
so this is sort of a shop and scoot, as it were. They
It's always the same one too. It's the
are you profiling the firefighter?
No.
This is messed up, dude.
I support them all the way. Key Food, 5th Avenue. Yeah, there you go. That's where the firefighters hang out.
Wow.
The hunky firefighters. That's why I'm there.
In
Easy.
addition to all the baseball and, and hockey and basketball and football cards that Jeremy brought back from Ohio.
Do you have firefighter cards?
He also no, he brought his the plastic red firefighters hat. He got he got this first one and he kept it forever.
Just says big boy on the front.
I
Just says I'm a big boy now.
I brought G to the firehouse last
nice.
last June for Father's Day. Actually, it turned out to be in,
Nice.
and
Did he get a
he got
hat?
one of those red
awesome.
helmets. Yes,
That's very
plastic
cool.
helmets.
Very
So
Can Jeremy have it?
what does he need two for?
He really likes firefighters.
It's unfortunately it's my son's head size, so it's not going to
Yeah,
get
okay.
on you.
But I
at
got
all.
another one somewhere.
You
No, that's the way he likes it. He
Yeah.
gets a little string underneath it. It's like the little small hat.
perched
never
on top,
fits
zippy,
great.
Yeah,
zippy
just
the
right-
pinhead.
Zippy the pin.
Trade you a fire pole for I don't know.
Hamburger sandwich. Is that what you're going for? Popeye?
Yeah. Because he had
Wimpy.
a tiny hat.
Wimpy? Yeah. He did
Trade
have
you a
tiny hat.
hamburger for.
My boss does not like the Robert Altman. Has never seen the Robert Altman version of Popeye.
Oh.
And I'm like, how could you have never seen that? Because we love to talk about movies and stuff like that. We work in the entertainment business. In the business.
Humble brag.
We enjoy.
Run it
No,
here.
I'm saying like we enjoy talking about movies at work, and he's never seen the Altman Popeye from 1980. I
Yeah.
know it was a weird year, guys. I know it was a weird year. The air was thin.
I saw it in a drive-in theater.
You
Really?
Yeah.
That's right. 1980. That was
Shut up,
sophomore
Danny.
year.
Get out.
Jeremy was just learning how to drive.
Yeah, Jeremy was just kissing. And
It was 1980, and I had love in my eyes.
Ronald Reagan had just begun to scare the country into. Now it's great. Like Robin Williams, he twists up his spoilers, guys. He twists up his fist like a corkscrew, and
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's a good.
Oh yeah.
Come on,
Olive
there's
oil.
not so many.
Shelley Long.
Well, there's
Amazing.
Duval. There's
Shelley Long.
Yeah, you never get.
I got that confused. Yeah.
You never say the right Shelley. It's okay.
That's always-
I have Shellyosis myself, so I never get away. when you think about it, like a movie musical that just like goes right into it like that is a genre that sort of went away for a little bit. So I feel like people could get some clues from it. Plus, the songs are a little bit catchy, slightly,
Yeah.
a little bit catchy, not all.
I
All of
just
them. And the guy who played the tax collector just passed away. That actor
Oh.
who played the tax collector, in
and
the
so
beginning.
did Shelley Long.
Come on, guys.
She did though. It's not long, but I'm making a joke. But she did die. But I remember loving
But
it.
She did die.
She did die.
Yeah, news bulletin.
She did. Yeah, but I that was that one, and I think I saw Ghostbusters 2. I think at the drive-in, not 1 but 2. It was a good,
That
good old
kind
days.
of woman.
It was the good old days. That's what I'm saying.
That kind of woman. Sorry, guys. I tuned out.
Yeah, I noticed.
I tuned out. I tuned out when you said drive-in movie theater.
That was
'Cause
your-
I didn't have one.
That was your line. That was your line from Time Tunnel.
drive-in movie theater.
No, That Kind of Woman is the title of the film with
Richard Gere.
No, it's from Pete
Raquel-
and Pete.
it's not Ida Lupino, it's Raquel Welch,
Right.
right?
Wow.
Been a long time, man. I was a young kid. You know.
Yeah, you had no idea what you were talking about most of the time, huh?
I don't know. Yeah, you're a young kid.
I had never
You
heard
don't
of.
necessarily remember everything, particularly once middle school hits and puberty happens.
Oh, and you get arrested at a fish show.
music. That's a lot. That took a lot longer
Well,
than my teenage.
The arrest or the teenage years? I think under the effect of psychedelics, the arrest could have
It
taken
could have
just
taken-
as long
it
as your
could have took
entire middle
forever,
school.
man.
Yeah, it could have stretched out into the eternity. You know what I watched a little of? Event Horizon. Now that's a scary film. I
no,
do
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Event Horizon. It's about space travel, and Sam Neill is. Everyone's yelling about Sam Neill lately, so I'm not going to watch Jurassic Park. So I saw Event Horizon was on TV last night. So I
Why
watched
aren't
a
you
little
going to
bit.
watch Jurassic Park? Is it
'Cause-
something you decided you weren't going to do ever?
I refuse to give credence to the idea of velociraptors.
Wow.
I'm not giving them credence. You know what? It's like you got a chupacabra already. Just stick with that.
I'm not sure where this podcast has gone, but
You know the New Zealand actor Sam Neill.
yeah, of course,
You know Sam Neill,
of course.
lovely guy.
Yeah.
He has a farm
Okay,
and he does yoga with his pig in the morning.
really?
Yeah, he takes
This
pictures.
is like a
Posting
viral
on
thing.
posting online. Yeah, he takes pictures with all his animals
Wow.
and stuff. I just really had a problem with him because of Peaky Blinders. He did this accent that I couldn't wrap my ears around.
Okay.
But he plays a doctor a professor who invents this like wormhole inducing technology to travel.
Mm.
And then I had to go to bed, so I turned the movie off.
So really, anything could have happened at the end.
Most of the movie,
I believe they break.
most of the movie for that matter.
They break out into song, and I believe it's a yacht rock song. It
You
goes
know,
something like
Speaking of yacht rock, guys, has anybody listened to the new Weezer album that they dropped?
No,
Negative.
did not bother.
Well, I did.
You took the bullet for us. Go ahead.
I did. I took the bullet, and I'd like to say that I think that Weezer and the Undone Sweaters have finally reached
The
pinnacle
singularity?
similar lines.
It's called the
of
Singularity.
us like, hey, we're gonna play some Weezer songs, then we're gonna play some Dad
90s
Rock
covers.
songs,
Yeah.
and then Weezer made an album that was all the Dad Rock you could handle in one place.
So it's like the second half of one of your shows, right? It's like the second half of an Undone Sweater show.
No, we put all the Dad Rock in between. But Jim Tooze made a video for Weezer that was
Yeah.
like an actual thing. So
his
I feel like
animation was great.
I feel like Rivers has
if
to
you're
be
out
on to
there,
us
if you're listening,
and has followed the trajectory of the Undone Sweaters, and they're like Weezer's like, okay,
I
We want to
don't.
get that kind of action going.
I hardly think Ray Manzarek was keeping up on the exploits of the Soft Parade.
Yeah, but the guy from the Soft Parade didn't make a music video
You got a point.
for the Doors.
No, you're right.
So I would just like to, think that in my head.
Why do you hate the Doors?
And
so
also
much?
think about
It comes from college.
why do I hate the Doors
yeah.
so much?
Have we talked about this on the podcast?
I don't know. I just think Jim Morrison's full of shit, and
Okay.
I can't get over it.
He was
And
like-
when
Dude,
I was
he's full
when I
of
was in
guts
middle
and dead
school-
stuff and
when
worms.
I was in middle school, it was cool.
Right.
When I was a freshman in high school, it was still kind of cool.
Well, the movie came out probably around one of those times, didn't it?
No, the movie didn't came out when I was in 4th grade. You old bastard.
Yeah, I mean, you were in college. You were in college, but
I was working on my GED.
my GMATs. Is that how you say that? I'm obviously not smart enough to.
GMATs?
I just
Yeah.
don't like the Doors, man. I'm sorry, and I like the musically. I could really take or leave them. They have a couple very good songs, but most of it I
Right.
could not care about. It's so like there are good bands from like that era that stick out like sore thumbs. That it's like this is 60s psychedelic music,
Okay.
and some of that can be timeless. Like all those like. There's just the Doors are not a timeless band. They're so perpetually stuck in that sound of like the late 60s.
What about when you hear the riff to Incense and Peppermints?
That is a great that's a Strawberry Alarm Clock song, and that is a timeless song for me. Like I can hear that and be like, this is definitely fucking psychedelic, like hippie shit.
I'm saying, but that
But
doesn't.
it doesn't give me the same like
overpowering.
that I hear like boom 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 boom.
This is I know what it is. This is the pain, the suffering of the bass player.
That's the other thing
This
too.
is
'cause
bass player inflected
those
look at the
fuckers,
Doors.
those fuckers
did
needed,
not write very
Those fuckers
creative.
needed bass for the album, but they didn't want to have bass when they fucking played live. Give me a break.
That's okay. I'm glad.
Now we see what it's about.
glad
It's actually
we've,
about employment protection,
No,
and the bass players
no,
union, the BPU, is
no.
going to weigh in on this
Danny's
eventually.
chairman there.
God.
Dane's chairman of the BPU.
BPU, yeah.
Sorry, if I lost people because they're big Doors fans, that's fine. But I would argue all the stupid, high school English fucking,
Majors
papers that you had to write
papers.
and decided that you were going to write about Jim Morrison's
I never
lyrics.
did that. I never
would
did
like
that.
to know where you where you are with that because I just hate it.
Why
I
did
just
your
hate it.
teacher let you get away with that?
Right.
Come on, I remember.
I told you in my freshman year I did a rock and roll report in English class.
What kind of report?
A rock and roll, like a history of rock thing. And I happened to
Did you come dressed as a personality? Because that's what people do when they do presentations like that. Like, I'm Benjamin
no,
Franklin.
No. It was like it wasn't that. It was freshman year of high school. So they weren't doing that. They were just like, you have to write a report on something that you like. It's like, I like rock and roll music. So I did that.
So where'd you start?
I did the whole history of, I went all the way into it, did some research, ran into David Crosby on a fucking plane.
That's
That must have hurt.
Hard to
He's
do.
a big guy.
I
You're
had
both
like
big guys.
I had like a book that I was reading. It was like a history of rock, and he had I'll send a picture.
He had a
to you, 'cause I have
Sharpie.
it.
He had a Sharpie.
No, there was just a picture of CSN in my book, and so I asked him to sign it. And my mom gave him, and he, David Crosby, sober at the time,
Oh no.
and was just like, whatever. My mom had this water that had caffeine in it. It was caffeinated water. She didn't
You don't know. You don't know.
Anyway,
What was
we
you-
were all sitting next to
could
each
be-
other
you
waiting
could
to
be
board
sober.
a plane.
You could be sober. What was David Crosby, a Mormon?
I'm just saying that
What's
I don't
wrong
think
with
he was
caffeine?
doing. I just don't think he was doing any caffeine or anything. At the time.
Okay.
This is what I like to remember. Okay, I was fucking 14 years old. I'm not sure.
Go
How
ahead.
I remember it is, my mom said he was sober, and accidentally gave him water with caffeine in it, and like he was like super jazzed up,
And he almost
like,
cut his
for
hair.
like an hour.
Almost cut his hair.
Almost cut his hair.
Almost.
He almost cut his hair. So anyway, I talked to him for like 2 minutes, so I was able to like say David Crosby,
Hey, what's up?
was in my. I interviewed David Crosby for my English paper on the history of rock and roll.
Fair.
I got a B- on it.
Oh, okay.
You know why? she said I would have gotten an A, but I was stupid for not proofreading because anytime I wrote the Beatles,
Oh no, 2 E's.
it changed it to the actual Beatle and not the Beatles.
Oh.
And so when I went through, like, you
Find-
just like
find
went
a
through, like,
replace. Find a
fixing all
replace.
the. She's like, "You fucking idiot."
Very bold
Where
for a
is your
teacher
life?
to say that.
Where is your life as a freshman English teacher when you have to scold someone for spelling the Beatles wrong?
Come on,
in their fucking paper.
I have a little bit
because-
more sympathy. I have a little bit more sympathy for those who have to grade the allegedly 12 papers of Doors lyrics every year.
Yeah,
which
I
I'm
think-
not, which I've never heard of. I
Right.
think doesn't exist.
No, people definitely do. I grew up in North Jersey in a public high school. Do you know how many people were into?
I'm pretty
People
sure your
were
parents
saying
had a home. I don't think you had to grow up in the public high school.
Well, I mean, you were there a lot.
yeah, it's true.
You were there a whole lot.
yeah, I was always surprised by the number of showers you had in your house and the huge gymnasium.
I want to know how the Billy Joel fell into this report that you made.
Billy Joel was not.
Come on.
No, Billy Joel was definitely in it because at that time I was still. I was. Billy Joel was fine with me, man.
Yeah.
If I hear "Goodnight Saigon" from that live '80s record that came out, I would be crying.
You talk about Songs in the Attic, which
Yeah.
which was autographed to me.
No, it wasn't Songs in
Right.
the Attic.
Oh, you talk about the concert, the Russian
album.
Oh, which we were just texting back clips back and
Exactly.
forth of
Yeah,
the other day.
That I don't know what you're talking about. That was a great concert. I watched
So
a good
decadent,
chunk of it.
bro.
Okay, well,
That's back when he was a rocker.
I didn't see any of that. All I know is that for the last week, somebody I know who wrote, directed, produced, and interviewed
Has been trying to get
Billy
you.
Joel.
It's
And,
been
and it was like a documentary, and I got like 2 emails within 2 hours of him being like, "Hey, I'm doing this. This is going to be great." And then, "Hey, if you missed it,
right. But it's,
here's the link so you can watch it, but please don't share it on Vimeo for licensing reasons." And that alone made me want to share it just to be like, "Fuck you, Billy."
Wow. Wow. That's harsh.
you're holding some
FYB,
BJ
really?
resentment
Yeah.
there.
FIB.
Well, I
I
thought
don't know where we were going with any of this. I was still talking about Weezer, I thought, for
yeah,
some
there
point.
was so what
The Weezer record has 3 moments where they actually change the song that they're covering.
okay.
Otherwise, they're just like true to form covers of these songs,
Huh.
which are like whatever. I mean, they felt like that's something they wanted to do. I wanted to warn them that you know what happens. You know
Them,
what
the
happens
audience, or
when-
them Weezer?
No, I want Weezer to be reminded of what happened to Guns N' Roses when the spaghetti incident came out.
Yeah, you see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps, Walter? See what happens? Let me tell you.
Oh, you guys don't know what happened?
I don't
They
know what
broke up.
Oh yes.
Really?
Yeah,
But
Guns N'
that-
Roses broke up.
but
I
was
know
not
they
paying-
were breaking up anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I just thought
They
that
were
they just
breaking
didn't
up
release
anyway.
albums for a long time.
Blame
No, they
Nirvana.
took
Has
15
nothing
years
to do with
off. Don't blame
Is that what Axel did?
that. Nirvana killed
Use Your
him.
Illusion 2 was
Yeah.
to had
Those are going to be they're probably still 2 of the biggest albums, I'd say. But then
Use Your-
Nevermind just
Use Your
completely
Illusion and
destroyed it.
then-
yeah, and 2, 1 and 2,
Wait. I know Use Your Illusion. What's the other one you're talking about?
2.
2. There's
Two
2
what?
of them.
Use Your Illusion.
Use Your
2.
Illusion 2.
Never heard of it.
There's one blue and one orange.
It was
I
a
see
sec-
what he's doing.
Mm-mm.
I see what he's doing. You
Using
see what he's doing,
You and Your
Jeremy? You see
Illusion?
what he's doing?
What is he doing?
He's losing his illusion.
Yes. Yeah.
If I'm not properly stimulated for, moments beforehand.
You know, he kind of looks like Yahoo Serious.
Come
Something.
on, guys. I don't know. It's
I think
cold
he should
out.
play. I think Danny should play
It's
an
cold
electric
out,
violin.
and I'm not wearing. I don't normally wear, knit caps like
What,
this.
woolen underwear that give you a static electricity
No.
from top to bottom.
Stop it.
What?
You have a little
Do I have a
stick
cowlick?
up in
What's
the back.
happening
Yeah,
here?
it's like it's parted in the front, part of the
Okay,
headphones,
guys.
and then
Well,
stuff
you know
like
what?
that.
Alfalfa from the
Alfalfa.
Little,
This is
little
the greatest
Rascals.
podcast
Is what I was
fodder
aiming for.
everybody. For the listener, my hair's fucked up.
Being a treatise being a treatise on which the boys poke some gentle fun at Danny and his weakness,
It's not a weakness.
his vulnerability.
Sure, that's fine.
Of which there's many.
Whoa.
Oh, do you want to pull back the layers today?
Is it onion
let's
time?
dig
Is
into
it
this.
onion time?
on another edition of Dr. Jeremy and Michael?
Yeah.
May I
Dr.
say,
MJ.
may I
Yeah.
say, fellas,
Dr. MJ.
Jeremy's been good about hoarding. He's a prop guy, and he is good enough to host Seltzer King Studios.
Okay.
And we enjoy all the bric-a-brac, the fine bric-a-brac here.
Okay.
I keep forgetting to bring over the fencing epées and masks from
I'm not going to be
Carl.
playing. I'm not going to be playing with you.
From Carl Arnheider.
There was 2 more in the free box that I let go.
What?
I know.
What? We could have a foursome.
Rephrase that.
It's a battle royale,
Yeah,
and you could score.
Much better.
You could score anywhere. You could score
I
anywhere.
guess so.
You could score at
Sounds
any.
like
You could score on any part of the
This has
body.
become a co-ed naked T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm so glad those are done. What will we come up with now? Be like co-ed naked Fortnite. It's gonna be just terrible.
Yeah. I did want to talk about if we could just take a hard rate.
No, we're talking about hoarding.
A few more. I don't think I'm a hoarder. Do you think I'm a hoarder? That's not what you're saying.
No, because you gave me that
You have
shelf.
some stuff here
yes.
that makes you a hoarder.
I expressed interest in the
Oh.
shelf, and you gave it to me, and I
Yeah.
still haven't hung it up. And now you're going to give me another
I
shelf.
know.
So I'm
Wait,
going to
what's-
hang them both though.
Oh, right.
The fake
Yeah.
mantelpiece.
I like that one.
that. What do you mean you like? You didn't want it?
I didn't want it. I have to let go. I
Do you like it at my house?
haven't seen it.
It's
here.
doing the same thing as a what?
What do you got on it? Cameras?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. I think you could start collecting door stuff.
Take your
Put it
hard right
up
turn.
on there.
Take your hard right turn, Lizard King.
Well, I wanted to talk about. Bless you, Dan. Speaking of great podcast fodder, well, let's talk about the. We added some tour dates, right? We're gonna do. We're gonna do some more tour dates.
That is true.
You were going to be February the 29th. Trick question. February the 28th will be at Newburgh Brewing Company. That's in Newburgh, New York.
Yeah.
At probably in the evening. I don't think those people are really open that early. So probably 7 or 8.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were gonna list them all. Dan, what's our additions? Go ahead. This should be fresh in your brain.
Fresh additions to the Danny and Mike Presents Nostalgia Personified Tour, Spring
Live
2019.
Yeah, live 2019.
The Brew Through Tour.
Brew through. Go ahead.
Is that what you're?
I'm calling it the Brew
Go
Through
ahead, brew
Tour
right through.
now.
The
Okay?
Nostalgia Personified Brew Through Tour.
Brew right through. Go
Brew
on.
right
Jeff.
through. We have the Newburgh Brewing Company on the 28th
Correct.
of February.
Right.
You have an answer key? Let me check.
Then we have added a sweet gig. It's my favorite beer in PA. They make incredible beers,
Right.
and they're awesome. And I cold called them up because I wanted to do it there. Neshaminy Creek,
Croton, Pennsylvania.
Croydon,
Croydon.
PA.
It's
It's
not-
like north.
Croydon.
It's like north Philly. It's just like
Right.
sprawling beginning of suburbs. like
Anything's
north of
better
Philly.
than Yingling.
All right.
Fuck Yingling.
So
True, but that's this. They use Neshaminy Creek water.
That's right.
That's how you get that beer.
Neshaminy Creek does better.
And then we take a couple days off.
okay.
you
No,
know?
we fly to
try
Florida.
try
We
to
don't
get-
rest. We always hustle.
No. We take a couple days off because if we don't, then I want to give my liver a little bit of a break in
Right.
between.
Oh, your liver.
Yeah, I could give a shit about you guys.
Well. Okay.
And then March 6th, we're in Pompano Beach.
Hey yo.
At the
Bangin'
Bangin'
Banjo
Banjo
Brewing.
Brewing Company.
That's right. Yes. And then you know the rest. So those two in the middle were the new additions.
Right. And I don't know if we talked about
Chamonix Creek and Bangin' Banjo Brewery. But the other dates as follows are Three Daughters in St. Pete in Florida. Basically, we're just hitting Florida for 5 days.
Florida
Why
tour.
not?
Don't.
Why not? It's crappy weather up here.
Yeah.
It sounds like a great idea to be doing a little tour of Florida in the beginning of March.
And you guys are going to get to eat some of my favorite restaurants in the world.
Whataburger?
Manatee Cafe.
What is
Oh yeah,
Manatee
you
Cafe?
really
You
want
guys are
to
gonna
be
love
at the
it?
Manatee Cafe.
what is
Can't
this?
wait. It's a vegetarian place I used to work at.
You used
Well,
to work there.
but before
Favorite-
we go there, before we get there, we also have to finish the other dates.
Right, which is
speak about
after
before we
the
go
Florida
crazy
dates.
with your Manatee Cafe.
Can we just go straight to Manatee Cafe and skip the rest of the
I think
tour?
we have
we
to do the
could.
tour, man.
Yeah, we have to do it. Then we did that on the Hamden, Connecticut too, which we've been before, and it's a lovely spot.
Oh, at the
Space
time we'll be
Ballroom
at the
on,
Space
on
Ballroom.
April 4th.
the space. Let's represent SUNY Purchase one more time.
Yeah. So you wanted tour dates?
But in between
got 'em.
that, we've screwed this up royally because we didn't tell you about the other shows. This has been a horrible way to.
Well, this
promote
was going to be
this.
the update of the shows we already talked about on an episode. So if that were the case, then we succeeded.
For the listener,
my
I'm
mind.
looking back and forth like somebody watching a tennis match.
I don't know what's going on here, but that's what's happening, guys.
All right, premium content. Catch us in Florida or upstate New York
Premium content.
or Pennsylvania because you get a chance there too.
Or Connecticut, because you get a chance there too.
It's really. I got to add some more magnets to the fridge. Gerard always comes up to me and says, "Dada drove to Indiana."
Wow.
I don't have the heart to tell him that it was your ass that drove all the way, especially with the box of pizza on the roof of the car.
Wait until he's 18.
Oh, you're not going to tell him?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to.
Jeremy was my counselor last week. This is actually what the hoarding got into.
Oh, bring it back.
Yeah, I'm a hoarder. You're a hoarder. Dan, you probably don't have a chance to be a hoarder.
My one-bedroom apartment. My
Tell me about the
Tell
me about the pillows. You still have pillows? You still have pillows in the trunk?
No, the pillows are out. Pillows are out. Jounce merch in.
Oh,
Jounce
that's
merch
cool.
sits in the trunk of the car.
Yeah, we were just dumping the truck today at work. The Dickinson job is ending and moving on to something else, and just the sheer amount of crap that you can accumulate when somebody else pays you to hold it. When somebody else pays to
Right.
hold it is amazing. But as Jeremy was my counselor because a good friend from college is no longer with us, a very young guy lost his life, and I just didn't know how to tell my friends that I didn't want to go to a rock show right after I found out.
right.
And so Jeremy counseled me to tell them right away.
I think
Yeah.
that's the way to. Yeah, it's
Just let
the
people
Band-Aid
know.
thing.
Did you buy tickets for it?
No, I gave my buddy money for the tickets when I saw him. Money for my ticket when I saw him.
Right.
He tried to.
What rock show was it?
It was Stephen Malkmus and the Chicks at Brooklyn Steel the other night.
Yeah.
But this
Sometimes, man, yeah.
it's not about the rock show. It's about the hoarding. Make
you're
sure you
hoarding
don't.
your feelings.
No, I'm just saying. Make sure that that your shit is together because you never know when you just might die
Right.
of something really freakish, and then somebody else has to clean up all your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well-
Not that they won't enjoy that, and it's a good way to sort of bond.
Right. Well, it's not a good way, but
Yeah, it was painful going through pictures. I found a couple of Polaroids and stuff
Mhm.
like that, and
it's a weird. It's the January gloom thing that we've talked about every
What?
every.
I
January
had gotten
in this
so
podcast.
I had gotten so 29 fucking days out of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in Kevin. We
Yeah, Kevin Barnett passing
Passed
away
away
like
in
that is
Mexico.
crazy.
yeah. It's
It's
a
no
tough
fun.
month. Yes.
No fun.
And to be honest, I've been med update. You wanted to do a med update, Mike?
Yeah, Medaway.
Haven't been doing so good. And
With taking them, or
no,
just
with
feeling
I don't know
better
if
about
it's not
yourself.
working. Like I feel like it's been ineffective.
You changed jobs too, so you had a pretty steady.
All right.
You yourself had a pretty steady routine for a long time,
Right.
working on a job, and then that job changed. So that's what's different in your life.
Right.
What else?
I think that's it. But
Same,
I mean, the
same
big
dosage.
broad strokes, though.
Same dosage, though.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna up it. But I'm feeling better than the last few days. But I
Can you
had
just up it? Can you just be like, yeah, turn it up?
I had to go through the channels. But yeah. But anyway, my point being that it's the time of the year, and we're here for you if you need to talk. Slide into those Danny and Mike DMs. We'll talk and we'll do whatever we can do, and can recommend some professionals. for you.
Maybe you want to call and leave us a message at 347-470-8150. I'm happy to hear what you have to say,
Absolutely.
and happy to tell you what I think most of the time.
All right.
I got an update from somebody who listens to the show who said they dropped 50 pounds and they've just been handling their business.
Running
and they-
away from
And they thanked us
their problems.
and they thanked me personally because
Right.
they're like, if you can lose weight, I could too.
Right.
I'm like,
That's
"You
amazing.
Well,
lost that's a substantial amount of weight,
Yeah.
dude. And
hey,
it
congratulations!
made me feel really good.
This
Yeah.
is
I wish
probably
I don't have the Twitter handle up on me, but I know that they listen, so
This is awesome.
This is for you.
Thanks very much. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
probably the first success story of the Danny Tamborelli Twitter podcast diet, which is to do a podcast where your two buddies relentlessly fat shame you for 5 years.
Well, let's
straight.
let's
take
take one of those
one guy,
people
one
away.
guy,
Yeah.
one guy
One and a half.
relentlessly fat shames you. The other one half-heartedly does it, and then he gets age shamed a lot.
Going back to originally what we were talking about,
Right.
songs that get stuck in your head, and then you need songs to get them out. This song works perfectly for what you just said.
and
because
ear
if
purge.
you think that me losing weight has anything to do with you, Michael C. Morona,
Go ahead.
you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain, Mike, so vain.
This 1.5. You know, there's Jeremy too.
Bet you think you
Jeremy doesn't make fat jokes.
But
really.
I'll tag on if they're in the out in the world.
You'll. I see.
Well, I'll instigate sometimes. let's
Did
be
you ever
honest.
make a paper towel tank top, Jeremy?
Well, speaking of that,
oh boy, great
boy,
segue for
boy,
you,
do
Michael
we
C.
have
Morona.
some merch updates. Since joining the last podcast network, we've been redoing our merch, and guess what? We're gonna have a lot more of it, a lot of designs, a lot of fun stuff, and guess what? One of them's gonna be
We're gonna make
a paper towel tank
suit.
this is tank top,
Tank tube.
Not tank top.
tank tube, and we could do a tank tube.
We could ship them in tubes.
We're just gonna make them.
PTT.
We're just gonna make them regular T-shirts,
Right,
but
but
it's gonna look like paper towels.
Oh, they're gonna look like paper towels,
Right.
So then we could also make a tank top then that looks
Oh,
like
of
a
course
paper
we
towel.
could. Yeah.
Yeah. absolutely, that'll be coming soon to the Danny and Mike
DannyandMike.com.
merch
With the
shop.
with the and spelled out or
Absolutely correct. But then there's a lot of other fun things that are going to be on there. So
koozies.
give a looks for that in the near future.
Koozies.
Well, we still have koozies. Yeah.
Koosh branded balls.
Yeah. No,
nope.
We could do orange and green koosh balls. That'd be great.
Oh, we can't. We actually can. Rosie O'Donnell has the.
Clang,
Patent.
clang,
She has
clang
the
with the
patent on
trolley.
Mm. Go paint my couch.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. It's. Go paint my house.
House. Okay.
What is it?
Wow.
What are you guys doing?
A movie. This is how my buddy Brendan and I became friends. Really, we were in the same.
Movie theater?
We were in this. No, that we weren't friends then. We were in the same. What was it? Law and Human Rights. Law and Human Rights class,
Okay.
and we sat behind each other and we would talk about stupid movies, and that was a quote that would kept coming up, which was the movie was called Garden of Eden, I think. It was Dan Aykroyd and Rosie O'Donnell, and they end up like going undercover in like a bondage island, like a S&M fetish island. And so there's like, there's this like beefcake dude going up to Rosie O'Donnell and being like, how can I serve you?
Dominate me.
Yeah, like, how can I do it? And she goes, go paint my house. And
he was more into like
it was very hilarious at the time, and it's still funny, and I like that Jeremy
Yeah.
knows about it too.
But was it Exit to Eden?
I think Exit
Yeah.
to Eden, yeah.
Do you think Brendan has that as his ringtone if you call? He has that set up as your
That could be great, yeah. Go paint my house.
Yeah. I always thought it was couch. Which
Why would you
makes
paint a
less
couch,
sense.
Yeah.
buddy?
I don't know.
Maybe a
Why
ply-
would you say
maybe a-
that saying for
maybe
the
a
last 20
plywood
years?
plywood couch
Yeah.
maybe?
There you go. Yeah, very artsy modern.
Canvas couch, of
Yeah.
course, is begging to be painted.
Right. Yeah.
It's a canvas couch.
Right. Oh boy.
Jeremy gave me a
Hickey.
an
Mm-mm.
iPhone case, and I'm not sure I like it.
Let's see it.
What do you think about it? It
Listeners,
doesn't feel like me.
Let me feel it.
It's
It
leather,
feels
it's
like
tactile. It's
it's
tactile?
like
Oh, yeah,
tweed.
can't
It's
do it.
like
It's
tweed
tweed
and
and
leather.
leather.
You know what? It
You
looks
It
like
makes me feel like I take this out, I'm
you're not a lawyer.
showing my white privilege.
Dude, you're not a rocker. You're a lawyer for a rock band. You jack off. Put
I'm
that
your,
thing.
I'm your CPA.
Yeah, put that thing away.
And the case is coming off.
Yeah.
So much for my.
It was a really nice
Great gift.
though.
Yeah,
it was a great
gift.
gift.
Great
idea.
gift,
I
Jeremy.
gave you a either a liquor bag with the Mets logo on it, which was very nice. It looks like it's velvet
Or a golf club
or
cover.
a golf club cover.
We'll never know.
Yeah, but you
Well, no, because
give
you
it
don't
to-
ever play golf, so why would you ever make it a golf club cover?
That's a good point.
Mini
I'll
golf?
use it for the other thing.
You don't use drivers in mini golf. That
now
would be
Mike
cool,
when
though.
he mini golfs.
Oh
he
yeah, I
mini
do it
golfs.
all the way.
He brings the bag. He doesn't get a caddy.
Get nitro. I have two chargers underneath my
He brings
my hood.
He brings a cart to mini golf.
This guy's so serious. He brings a cart to
Yeah.
mini golf.
That's right. What
You
else?
come from somewhere back long
Begin how it end how it began.
No.
Yeah. What else we got to talk about, gents? How about Well, we started to talk about Florida and all the things that I want to do.
Right.
You step on a palmetto.
If you go to DannyandMike.com, you can find all of those tour dates that
That's
we
right.
missed
That we-
talking about
Right.
in this episode.
A
No.
lot of
Yeah.
tour dates. DannyandMike.com with the
And
end spelled out. Of course, Danny. That was horrible. But yeah, what do you?
What do you think? You think you want to go to Florida with us? If so, I'm sure that there's still tickets on Spirit Airlines.
Here's the weird thing that you want to go to the Manatee Cafe, and I want to go to this place in Orlando that I haven't been to in 20 years. But my last
SeaWorld?
last time there, no, it's called Cafe 22 Tango. It's
do
a
you know
real
it still
stupid
exists?
name
Wow.
because my dad said it still exists, and he's like, "You gotta go. It's still great. They have the best Southwest egg rolls, man." That's what I remember. It's like that's what Fat Kid Danny, like, it's still Fat Kid Danny now, but way into like greasy food.
What is
Danny.
inside of a Southwest egg roll?
It's got like chicken and like Southwest seasoning,
Probably
and
jalapenos,
Okay.
corn jalapenos.
Okay.
It's in like
Turquoise,
a deep
a tiny
fried.
fleck
It's
of
in like
turquoise.
a deep fried wonton sort of deal.
Is this like buying Mexican food at a Chinese restaurant?
I don't know. I have honestly, I can't tell you anything else about the place. I don't remember what it looks like. I don't remember what
Yeah.
kind of food they have.
And
I
want,
just know that I was into that, and I used to go there specifically just to eat that.
and I'm going to go to
which is disgusting.
Whataburger
Yes.
because we went to one elsewhere, and
So,
I
right-
want to repeat the.
Right there is 3 minisodes, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to be putting out on this Florida tour. So definitely give a listen to that. We'll go to
Oh yeah, we're
Danny's
gonna do the
spot,
same
my
thing that
spot,
we
his
did
spot.
in November.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we're going to pod from inside the restroom of each of these restaurants. We get
let's-
really, really resonant, and
We're gonna podcast in the car, and I won't be screaming and yelling at everybody.
That's right.
because I
It's gonna
won't
be
be
great.
driving.
Dad drove to Florida. Yeah, I'm going to bring back some magnets for G.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to be fun.
There's some good roadside stands, Florida roadside stands of the you can get them a bag of oranges or like an orange magnet or
You know, we can get oranges back. We can get oranges
Yeah, but-
here.
that's where they were born.
How do you know that the Manatee Cafe is still there?
Because I eat at it every time I go. I just
Wow.
went. Me and Marlon, I
Wow.
took her.
The destination wedding is on the cards.
Jeez.
Actually, there was talk of having a wedding in Florida, and then there was just as be a sort of a main place for everybody to go. But then the place I recommended, which a family member got married at, was a plantation. So we were like, nope, not going to do that.
Can't do it.
Marla's, she called me out on that. I didn't even think about it. I was like, why do people have weddings at plantations?
So
And now I think about it, and it's like, oh, why the
you
fuck
were
would you?
thinking about getting married in Florida, said no to a plantation, and now everything's off?
No, I'm just saying we were.
Well,
just
congratulations.
discussing-
Congratulations. So
Congratulations, Jeremy.
what-
This is a really kind of
Yeah,
sneaky
what
way to
the
talk
hell,
about something
man?
like that.
Also,
I guess
I'm
I
single.
did it. I
Hey
did it. I
now,
did
yeah.
it. Congratulations,
No.
Jeremy.
Welcome to the club.
The no, not yet. We'll get there. We're working towards a solution.
So I was thinking also when we're down there, we have to vandalize Joey Fatone's hot dog stand.
Okay, that's an episode.
I cannot confirm or deny that we will fuck up Joey's.
You don't think we're gonna?
Hot dog
You don't
stand.
think we're gonna
Notice he said
upturn-
first name Joey.
overturn the push cart? You don't want to overturn that push cart?
I don't want to overturn a push cart. No, because look. I bet Fatone's hot dogs are good. I would have to say I bet he did a good job, knowing as he's someone who probably enjoys food. Not saying he's fat. I'm just saying.
Bro, you should do a cooking show like Joey's. My Family Recipe Rocks. This is a show that I have watched more than once, and more than once it has included people from New Jersey. It just goes to people's houses and
Cooks.
hugs them and cooks. Yeah.
Wow.
So you're huggable, and
Season 2, Joey's getting too old. Bring me in.
no, I think you should just do like an East Coast one or whatever.
This is how you make sauce.
There needs to be a Pete and Pete reference title. So it's like
If only you had
Blow-
watched any of
Well,
the
Mike
episodes.
Mike and I both cook.
blowhole.
I bet we could have
deli.
a fun little episode.
Give an
where we
episode.
cook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a show out of it, but
Right.
I make an episode.
Well, listen, we'll pitch it.
I like
go from
cooking.
there.
Yeah, G and I made meatloaf again last night.
Nice.
He loves it. Just he cracks the eggs like so determined. doesn't smash them, and just cracks them right and then hands them to me, and dumped every single dry ingredient into the bowl for me. And I was like,
Awesome.
back up, Dada's going to handle the raw meat. He's like, you yucky.
Put some gloves on that boy.
He ate potatoes. His mom's like, oh, he ate potatoes? Dada made roasted potatoes. So, yeah, I was very happy with that. Yes, I did lubricate it with some ketchup, like everything that kid likes to eat.
Is he ketchup heavy?
I mean, not for breakfast.
A lot of my nephews, nieces don't like ketchup. They don't like sauces. They like things
Sauce.
He
dry.
loves
Right.
sauce.
Yeah.
He loves sauce, but he also can differentiate about things that he wants just plain,
Mm-hmm.
like pizza.
I'll always remember sizzle pie. We'll always have sizzle pie.
Oh man, that Portland. Another great idea Portland had that didn't exactly go over here.
Right. Yeah.
It went over. I think the guy just screwed it up. Didn't he
I'm
just
not
not have much money to?
How do you screw up delicious pizza?
People were buying that pizza. I was going from Crown Heights to that location
Yeah.
in Greenpoint just
so
to
why
get
don't you
pizza.
Why don't you call me?
They had green chilies.
They did have green chilies.
Dave Hatch?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I had a hatch slice. What else we got to do here, fellas? I was gonna say that
That we're part of the Last Podcast Network.
that we're part of the Last Podcast Network, lastpodcastnetwork.com. Check them out. They have some amazing podcasts.
Like the story must be told.
story must be told. How do you like that, guys?
I think
For a
Dan's done an
take?
episode. It's
should
very
use
scary.
it.
Okay.
I've done 2 episodes.
There you go.
There you go.
And Jeremy and I have done none. So
Ouch.
kind of inequality there.
Sorry, guys.
What else? Check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/Danny and Mike
With the end spelled out.
What else? There is tour dates up on the website, DannyandMike.com. Check those out. You can find this guy right here at Michael C. Morono on the twits. Go ahead and get in a fight with him.
Do not try and talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You will immediately get ratioed.
And
You will immediately get ratioed. Hey, do you think we can go easy on the Twitter thing while we're promoting our shows, so crazy people don't show up and try to kill you in Florida? Because I would really appreciate that. I don't want to have that blood on my hands.
You don't want me tweeting about how I work at the Residence Life office at
Oh,
SUNY
my
Purchase.
God, that was great for a second, and I was like, "This old hat again," but it's still good.
Thank you.
It's still good.
And
You do the good work.
This is Dan Tamborelli.
Yeah, you can find Danny at Danny Tamborelli on the Instas, at D Tamborelli on the twits. I am at Remy Balin on most things, at Jeremy Balin on the Insta.
Don't hoard. Clean up after yourselves. Life is precious. Love each other.
That's right. Rest in peace to Kevin. Shout out to all of the Last Podcast
man,
Network
that's-
family. It's been a rough week, and
Very sad.
we're right there with you, buddies. And what else, gents?
Yeah, it's January Blahs. So, like we said, reach out if you have.
You're out. By
if you
the
have a
time this
problem.
comes out, January will be gone, and it'll be a whole new month.
right.
Yeah, don't be sitting on them. Let them out now. Don't wait for us.
Come see us on the road: Newburgh, Croydon, PA, Pompano Beach, St. Petersburg, Orlando, Gainesville, Jacksonville, and Hamden, Connecticut. We'll be out and about, and would love to see you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balin. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.